In the modern world, when we are constantly surrounded by all kinds of symbols, understanding the hidden meaning behind them becomes extremely necessary, especially for those who follow the Catholic faith. From the images of fashion on clothes, jewelry to interior decorations, many symbols seemingly harmless, even hot in trend, but in fact contain profound spiritual messages and sometimes completely contrary to biblical values. Through this article, we will together explore 6 symbols that Catholics need to be cautious about, as they carry mysterious origins, hidden meanings that, if not careful, can lead the soul astray from the path of God. In each symbol, from the peace sign with the dark history of symbols against God, to the signs created in mystical rituals of ancient cultures, all advise us to be alert, not to let foreign elements, signals of arrogance and superstition obscure the faith in the Almighty. The one whom the Bible taught, "My peace I leave with you, my peace I give to you. I do not give to you as the world gives." John 14:27. Thereby we can realize that, no matter how fashionable or modern a symbol appears, if not attached to the heavenly value, it may only be the shell of erroneous and dangerous thoughts. Let us begin with the first symbol, the peace sign. Initially designed in 1958 as a symbol for the nuclear disarmament movement, this image quickly became a symbol of unity, love, and the desire to end war in the 1960s. However, few know that this image carries a dark past. The form of the peace sign, with broken arms and the inverted cross shape, was once used for centuries in mystical rituals to mock and deny the meaning of the cross on which Jesus Christ was crucified. It is said that this broken cross symbol was once an expression of the rejection of Christ, even regarded as a symbol of Satan, the one who mocked the death of the Lord. Moreover, this symbol is also associated with Nero's cross, reminiscent of the time of the brutal Roman Emperor Nero, who ordered the execution of St. Peter, one of the apostles of the Lord, by hanging the cross upside down as a way to express contempt for the Catholic Church. This makes us ponder. Is a symbol that at first glance evokes an image of peace, but carries historical marks of rebellion against God, truly so? Precisely in that context, the Bible emphasized that true peace comes from God, not from the world. And believers should always be cautious with cultural expressions that can undermine the steadfast faith in God. Next, we come to the symbol Ankh, also called the key of life, a sign originating from the ancient Egyptian culture. This symbol, with the shape of a cross with a circle on top, is considered a symbol of immortality and is closely linked with the divine power of the pharaohs, whom the Egyptian people believed to have a direct connection with the gods. However, from the perspective of the Catholic faith, venerating this symbol contradicts the sole foundation of the faith in the one God. While the Ankh symbol is used by others as a piece of jewelry, bringing luck, health, or even the ability of fertility, the Bible clearly warned against practices related to divination, sorcery, or prophecy. Deuteronomy 18:10-12. The use of Ankh in daily life can inadvertently cause people to receive spiritual influences from polytheistic ideologies, causing the reliance on the supreme source of safety, God, to be eroded. Observing reality, in modern society, many young people have worn accessories with the image of the Ankh without realizing that, beneath the shell of that symbol of life, there lie values of a foreign cult, which has no place in the teachings of the Catholic Church. Therefore, those who follow the faith need to be cautious and carefully examine the origin as well as the true meaning of the symbols they receive, so as not to inadvertently shake the foundation of their faith. Not stopping there, we also must examine the symbol Sigil, a kind of sign created and used in mystical rituals to summon supernatural forces or direct personal will towards a specific goal. Sigils are usually formed through the combination of letters, shapes, and unique lines, carrying the distinctive message of its creator. From ancient times, people believed that by charging this symbol through meditation, visualization, or specific rituals, they could connect with supernatural forces, from deities to demonic entities. However, for Catholics, the belief that humans can change fate by themselves or control destiny through symbols is completely contrary to the teachings of the Bible. While the Bible calls on us to rely on the guidance and protection of God, as in Psalm 46:1, God is our refuge and strength, an ever-present help in trouble. Placing faith in the Sigil is equivalent to separating one's heart from the sole source of strength that the Catholic faith aims for. Observing practical examples, there are many cases of young people, in the process of seeking enlightenment or new energy, inadvertently going astray into the path of superstition, using symbols like sigil without realizing its hidden spiritual consequences. Therefore, recognizing and rejecting those forms of arrogance in belief, especially those symbols borrowed from the mystical world, is necessary to maintain a genuine relationship with God. Furthermore, the symbol Eye of Horus, or also called all-seeing eye, is also a prominent sign of ancient Egyptian culture. According to legend, the Eye of Horus is the symbol of the god Horus, the sky god who had the ability to see everything, protect, and bring healing power. In mystical traditions and New Age spiritual schools, the Eye of Horus was likened to the divine arm of enlightenment, opening the door leading to hidden knowledge beyond the limits of man. However, from the perspective of the Christian faith, seeking understanding or protection through symbols outside the Bible diverts the heart from the source of true wisdom, which is God. James 1:5 advised that, "If any of you lacks wisdom, let him ask of God, who gives generously to all without reproach, and it will be given." Relying on the Eye of Horus as a symbol of spiritual illumination can lead believers to trust in mystical things, not based on the guidance of God, but instead turning to the chaotic ideologies of secret societies and mysterious movements like Freemasonry. From personal experience, many people in the young community have inadvertently used the image of the Eye of Horus on fashion accessories, without knowing that, according to history, this symbol had once been an expression of blind beliefs, going against the teaching of seeking truth in the light of the Lord. Another symbol that we need to examine is Uroboros, the image of a snake or dragon eating its own tail, symbolizing the cycle of life, death, and rebirth. Originating from ancient Egypt and Greece, Uroboros was later regarded by many alchemists, mystics, and Gnostic groups as a symbol of self-sustenance, of an endless cycle. However, for the Catholic Church, the concept of reincarnation, rebirth, does not conform with the teaching that man only lives once and then must face final judgment. Hebrews 9:27. Moreover, the notion of self-reliance, self-rebirth of Uroboros further obscures the importance of faith in salvation through Jesus Christ, who has given man a clear way out of the vortex of sin and death. In my view, from a practical standpoint, in a modern society that always extols independence and self-reliance, symbols like Uroboros become enchanting to young people due to their mysterious appearance, but hide a misguided message with no true way of salvation. Therefore, recognizing the origin and hidden meaning of these symbols will help each of us have profound insight and not be swept away by misguided cultural trends. Finally, we cannot fail to mention the symbol horned hand, or also called mano cornuto, a common sign in rock, heavy metal culture, and even in some Italian folk traditions. Although today it is used by many people as a gesture symbolizing rebellion, challenging social norms, but in terms of historical origin, the horned hand carries connotations related to the worship of dark forces, even satanic rituals. From ancient Greece, with the image of the god Pan, the god of the wilderness, this symbol was once used to express chaos and debauchery, qualities inherently contrary to the values of the Catholic faith. In some folk traditions, this gesture is said to have the power to ward off evil spirits, but can easily be distorted into a symbol of contempt for God. The Bible in Ephesians 6:12 warned that our struggle is not against flesh and blood, but against the rulers, against the authorities, against the powers of this dark world. This emphasizes that using or accepting gestures related to dark forces may inadvertently lead one into a path of drifting away from the sacred light. From a personal perspective, I feel that in gatherings, exchanges of the young, even if they may see this as just a trend or a form of stylish expression, but if they do not clearly understand the history and meaning behind, then using symbols like the horned hand can gradually cause them to lose sensitivity in distinguishing between good and evil, between turning toward the light of God and the misguided paths of superstition. From the above analyses, it can be seen that every symbol, no matter how attractive and modern it appears, also hides a complex history and often contains values that are incompatible with the teachings of Jesus Christ. Through each symbol, from the peace sign, Ankh, Sigil, Eye of Horus, Uroboros to the horned hand, we see that those symbols are not only harmless decorative images, but also are windows, opening up a world of erroneous beliefs, superstitious ideologies, and arrogant lifestyles, thereby obscuring the sacred connection with the Almighty. In order to be able to live a life complete according to the word of the Lord, every Catholic needs to always be alert, study and carefully examine the origin as well as the meaning of the symbols they encounter daily. Let us remember that, in the Bible, God has declared, "I am the first and the last. Besides me there is no God." Isaiah 44 verse 6. And this emphasizes that only He deserves to be placed at the forefront of our spiritual lives. If you feel that the symbols you once considered trendy actually carry misleading messages, please take the time to thoroughly research their origins, so as not to inadvertently lead yourself into the vortex of foreign cults. Let us together reflect that, in every modern cultural trend, if not cautious, we can easily be swept away by images that only offer a glamorous appearance, but hide profound spiritual dangers. I believe that the practical experiences of myself and many around have shown that when people gradually lose the ability to distinguish between the superficial and the core of spirituality, they will easily go astray, losing the direction to live in the love of God. That is precisely the reason why, whenever encountering a new symbol, even if it may appear safe and popular among the young, we need to ask ourselves, does this symbol reflect the love, salvation, and guidance from the Almighty? My call to each reader, especially those who are seeking enlightenment in this chaotic era, is to broaden your perspective, not only stopping at the external appearance of cultural symbols, but to delve into the origins, the hidden spiritual meaning of them. Continually examine and question to protect your soul from negative influences, because, as the Lord said, "Be wise as serpents and innocent as doves." Matthew 10, verse 16. If you find this article useful, do not hesitate to share it with friends, relatives, so as to together spread the message of caution against the erroneous values that are creeping into modern life. Let each of us become warriors of light, always steadfast in our faith in God, and know that only He can bring true peace, safety, and genuine light to our spiritual lives. Let us together walk on the path of truth, of faith, and of unconditional love, because only when placing our trust in the Holy Source can we avoid going astray in a world full of vague and complex symbols. In every step, remember that the promise of God is always present with us, that the peace of God will surpass all understanding, and that He is the source of inspiration, the light guiding every soul yearning for truth. Do not forget that, whenever you face symbols that seem attractive but hide misleading messages, stop, listen to the voice of your heart, and turn to the Bible, the only sacred source of knowledge. Remind yourself that, in a world that changes every day, where external values can easily deceive people, only God can grant us true understanding and genuine light. If you have ever had personal experiences when facing new symbols that hide spiritual dangers, please share your story, so that together we can be cautious, together seek the truth in every symbol that life brings. And finally, in the moment when your soul feels a bit confused by the chaotic values of society, stop, pray, and turn to God, for He is always ready to give you a peace that surpasses all understanding. Remember that every symbol that we choose to trust or use can be a mirror reflecting our faith, and only God can bring about positive transformation, helping us become strong, wise, and complete in faith. With this sincere prayer, our Father in heaven, thank You for granting us wisdom and the ability to distinguish between good and evil. Please illuminate the path we are walking. Help us recognize those symbols that only bring misleading messages and erroneous information. Please grant us the strength to stand firm in our faith, and always remember that only You are the source of light guiding our lives. Amen. This is the call. It is the strong reminder for all of us those who are living amidst the constant flow of modern culture, to always hold fast to our faith in the Almighty and never lose the path toward truth and sacred love. Act today, so that every passing day is a solid step on the path of seeking the light of faith, and let us together spread this message to everyone, because only in this way can we build a community full of faith, understanding, and sincere love from the heart. Thank you for taking the time to watch this video. Please support us by liking, sharing, and inviting everyone to join our community by subscribing to the channel. See you in the next video. Thank you.